Anjos. That's a good fight, Brady. It's a real good fight. Vicente Luque is number one on my do not fade list. I have lost so much money betting against Vicente Luque over the past couple of years. I just didn't recognize what this guy was capable of. And then, of course, I missed the boat when there was finally a chance to go ahead and bet against him. He dropped his last fight in brutal fashion against Jeff Neal. And that was a real tough L for me to take, man. I actually bet against him with Bilal Muhammad. So I did catch that fade, but I was coming back on the comeback against Jeff Neal. Didn't believe. Just didn't believe. Tough night at the office. And then we got to talk about what everybody wants to mention here, the brain bleed, right? They talked about the brain hemorrhage that he suffered in that fight against Neal. How could he possibly be competing? What is he doing back here? There's no way you can bet him here in this spot. So this is a full year after that happened. And he's gone through rigorous testing, multiple doctors. They've done everything, and they have cleared him on several occasions. I believe he is cleared to fight. I'm pretty sure that he's good to go. You know, obviously, brain stuff, you don't want to fuck around with that. You have no idea what causes it. You don't know if it can come back. It's definitely a risk for the guy. I pray he is safe. But if he's anything like the Vicente Luque we've seen in the past, he's a damn good fighter, Brady. I mean, the best thing he's got going for him is that jab. His jab is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And he's got heavy hands. He can hurt anybody with any punch he throws. Nice teep kick, stabs to the body of his opponents, hurts them to the gut, likes to work on that body, chips away with the low inside kicks. And then he's just always touching you with that jab. It's always in your face, always busting your nose up. He's got a nasty offensive submission game. He's got a good sneaky Darce choke on him. And then his get-up game is where it's at. He's got 61% takedown defense. So he's not the easiest guy in the world to take down in the first place. But he's also extremely hard to keep down. You know, his fight against Bilal, he gave up 5 takedowns, but only 7 minutes of control. The deeper that fight went, the tougher it was for Bilal to keep him down. I mean, he landed, I think, those last 3 takedowns and didn't get more than 15 seconds worth of control. Vicente Luque popped right back up. He got better the deeper that fight went, which is usually the trademark of Bilal. Lost that decision. Good, close, tough, competitive fight. I think Bilal, rightfully got the nod in that spot. I'm a Bilal guy, though. You know me. I like Vicente Luque, and in fact, I think this is the spot where he pulls Derek Lewis and reminds everybody who the fuck he is, Brady. He's been gone for a year, and I listened to an interview with him where he talked about how he's actually been limiting himself. He's kind of been stifling his own potential because he's a tough guy, and he wants to go out there and bang, and he wants to put on good fights, and because of that, he's never really worked on the defensive side of his game. He's never bothered. He hasn't been listening to his coaches because he just wants to go out there and trust his offense and slug it out. And that's something he's been working on, especially since that Neal fight, which shockingly, right? I know the guy gets knocked out and brutalized and he decides finally he needs to move his head. I think we're going to see an improved version of Vicente Luque, defensively speaking, coming into this fight here. And what he's getting, I don't want to call Rafael dos Anjos a break-in competition. Like, I'm an RDA guy, folks. Like, if you make me put my hand on a stack of Bibles and you ask me who the best lightweight of all time is, my answer is Rafael dos Anjos. Like, if this man didn't get forced up to 170 because of his weight cut issues when he was in his prime, I am so sad we missed out on RDA versus McGregor, because I promise you guys he would have popped that little guy's head off. Like, RDA was an absolute monster at 155 pounds, and his reign got cut short by health problems. And instead, he fought the absolute best that 170 pounds has to offer, and it was only the biggest grapplers at 170 that caused him any kinds of problems. He fought Kamaru Usman. He fought Colby Covington. He tapped out Jeff Neal. Like, Michael Chiesa was able to go ahead and out grapple him, but that's kind of my point. It's these big, strong, physical guys that can grapple that cause problems. RDA might get takedowns early, Brady, but he is a smaller, stockier, shorter, stumpier version of Bilal Muhammad. This guy is going to get takedowns early, potentially. And then as the fight wears on, he's not going to be able to keep Luque down. And Luque is the better striker. He's going to have a large reach advantage. He's going to have a big size advantage. And Rafael dos Anjos, as much as I love the guy, is getting up there. He is also 38 years old. And he got blasted in round 5 by Rafael Fiziev. And I know Fiziev may be a cleaner striker. He may be a crisper striker than Vicente Luque is. but I'm not so sure he hits harder. Vicente Luque is a whole weight class bigger. I think this is a clean Vicente Luque spot. And as long as that brain bleed situation doesn't rear its ugly head, as long as he is not like a broken shell of himself, I think he runs away with this fight. Dos Anjos right now is a minus 135 favorite. You can get plus 110 on Vicente Luque out there. I've already got 3 units on Vicente Luque at plus 115. So slight edge to me on the CLV at this point. We'll see what happens throughout the week if that line goes one way or the other. But as long as I got plus money, I think Vicente Luque is the side, Brady. What about you?
You said plus 115?
Plus 115.
That's a good line, dude. My
I
goodness.
like it.
Yeah, because I see plus 100. You said how much?